scissors or whatever. I just want to introduce you to our demonstrations, our cooks, who are the best cooks. I'm telling you, they're just fantastic. So, and members of our community, Maria Macris, Lula Argaril, and Nikki Kehayas. Okay, I'm not a great cook, but I'm Susan.
You are.
Andrews, okay? I don't come close to them, okay? So, but anyway, I just want to tell you also that tonight we'll just kind of bring up and talk about Greek superstitions, which I think are lots of fun, and, you know, some home remedies, you know, like Windex, okay? And I just want to say Maria Macris is like our encyclopedia when it comes to this stuff. And sometimes when I have a dream that is really bothering me, I'll call her up. You know, I try not to do it that often, you know, but, Maria, can you explain this? She's always right on, too. Okay, so, but anyway,
I know. Yeah,
before we get started, I just want to take the opportunity, because this month we're very privileged that the city of Oshawa and the town of Whitby have designated the month of March for the very first time in Durham region as Hellenic Heritage History Month. Okay, so we have displays up at the McLaughlin Oshawa Library and also at the Whitby Library as well. So they're pretty interesting to see because part of it are inventions that were from 3,000 years ago that actually used today, like a vending machine. Did you know that the vending machine was invented 3,000 years ago by the Greeks? Okay, so it's so I thought that was pretty interesting. So we put that on the display. They actually put a coin in to get water. Okay, so good. So now we're going to get started. Thank you for coming.
Okay, for 14-inch pan, 14 by 14, we need three-quarters of a pound butter. I know it sounds a lot, but you get 50 pieces plus. And here it is.
Wow, that was
Okay.
And that's called the star shape. And on the last page of the recipes that we handed you tells you how to cut it.
I'll show you how to cut it too. So it sounds a lot, and the sugar sounds a lot on the syrup, but when you make the syrup, you let it absorb as much as you can, and you discard the rest. But you need that to absorb and make it wet, make it nice and moist. Okay? So we're...
You want to take it in?
Can you?
That would be great.
And
Can you substitute vegetable oil with
yes,
the
if you don't want, but I'm going to put vegetable oil on top of this. But if you don't want to use butter, you use a cup and a half of vegetable oil.
You can use olive oil though?
No,
Vegetable
no,
oil has to
no.
be vegetable
It's
oil?
too, I always use Unico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them are too strong.
No.
Olive oil.
Olive oil is
more
just too
stronger.
heavy and it's strong. It's strong, yeah.
Is it sunset?
And I'm going to use also a quarter of a pound for the Kataifi. While we're melting it in there, we may as well melt it all together. Where did Lula go?
She went already.
She disappeared. See? She'll come back and go again. So anyway, in here, I put 6 cups of walnuts. What we usually do, I don't know if anybody wants to do that, we get the whole walnuts, we crack them, and that's just how it's so fresh. Okay? Yeah. It's not from the stores. Like sometimes they have that tangy smell. So, yeah. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, I'll find them somewhere. Half a teaspoon of cloves. And and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. All these years I used to put, where's my thing? I used to put sugar in here. But now I cut the sugar, I put a cup of sugar in here. I cut the sugar because you already put in the syrup. Why extra sugar? So all this is fine. And you mix it up. Oops. And it smells so nice. Okay? Did you melt it?
Yes,
You didn't melt this one? Yeah.
the one
With it. That's okay. For yourself.
και βάλε και τα υλικά
Maria, can I ask you something? Is it a quarter of a teaspoon cloves or is it
Half.
half? Okay. On the recipe it says a quarter, so if you
Sorry.
want to mix that.
Oh, sorry. You know us Greeks, you know what, we don't measure very well.
Just kind of,
Handful of
I
this,
never
handful of that, and
That's how I am.
okay.
When it comes to baklava, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. See what it
There's a cup and a quarter for that. So you oil your pan quite well. Can you open the filling?
I'm just going to move this around so everybody can see.
Okay. All right, that's done. You buy the filo dough, you buy the fine one, not the one that is for cheese pies and that. This is, you buy the finer stuff, okay? Yeah, this is upside down, of course. Yeah, you see this is very thicker, and that is for cheese pies and other things with vegetables. For baklava and other things, you buy the finer stuff.
That's for us.
That's for you. Just because my pan is round, what I'm going to do hold it.
Yeah, this way it'll just fit into the dipsy
And nothing
perfectly.
goes to waste. We're going
Into
to
the
use every
pan.
little bit.
Why you not use a scissors, Maria?
All right, there we go. Like we say, nothing goes to waste. We're going to use all of them. It doesn't matter if you filo on the bottom or anything. It's cracked up like that. It doesn't matter. Because you're going to put so many on top of it. Okay? Butter on every one. This filo is not the best. And here comes time, after the second one, you fill the rest of it so it doesn't go to waste.
Very good.
Okay.
Now, we're also going to show you after this how to roll them up as cigars as well. And you can freeze it,
Yes?
and I do that all the time. I freeze it, and when you have company, you can just take it out.
You freeze it before you bake it?
I freeze it after I bake it.
Me too. When it's done, completely done. See,
How
nothing
many
goes
do
to
you put
waste.
on the bottom, Maria?
Pardon?
How many do you put
I
on the
put it
bottom?
around on my square pan because square is perfect.
Yes, yes.
On my square pan, I put 5.
5?
Yeah. And about 8 to 10
On
for
the
the
top.
top. You use 2 filos.
2 boxes of phyllo.
For this,
Yes.
Now, if you want it thinner, you can just use the 1 box. But if you want it thick, then you would do the 2 boxes.
Oh, you got one. Helpers, all over the place. Okay. One more. Nothing shows on the bottom, so why waste it?
It's too cold. Isn't it too cold?
Okay, one of this. So we can start putting the walnuts, okay? I usually, again, no measurement, 2 hands full, like this.
In the recipe, I put down a fistful, but if you want to put down 2, it's, like I said, we don't measure, we just do.
See? Every roll is like this. That's enough walnut for there. Okay? Again, our little pieces until we get rid of them.
By the way, if anybody's interested, 22 years ago, we printed up the Greek school did some Greek cookbooks. And we're constantly being asked for the cookbooks, so we decided to reprint them again. So if anybody's interested, we're selling the cookbooks. They're $15, and you get a donation receipt as well. Okay, and it's got all kinds of appetizers, main dishes, side dishes, desserts, and special delicacies like Greek coffee, oliva, whatever. Okay, frappe, my favorite. Okay, so if you're interested, we've got them here. Again, this is a reprint from the book that we did 22 years ago that people are asking us, and some of our committee members that worked on it are here, Liz and Christina and Nikki.
While I'm doing this, you put one with walnuts, then you put another filo on top of it, and you sprinkle it with butter or oil, whatever you want to wear. Every other one goes butter, every other one goes the walnuts. Okay? I know when you go to the stores and buy them, they usually put everything, a lot of filo on the bottom, everything in the middle, and all the filo again on the top. This is totally different. When we cut this, and you'll have it with Greek coffee. We're also going to serve Greek coffee today.
And if you don't want Greek coffee, we do have,
Yes,
Canadian coffee.
but you have it.
Americano.
Maria, you push it down every time? Do you need to push it down to put
Not
some
much,
pressure on
as
it?
long as it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, not much. Make sure you. Some butter.
So when somebody gets married, we have the Greeks have a tradition called the kravati.
Oh,
Okay, and
yeah.
if I'm wrong, just correct me, okay? But normally a few days before the bride gets married, family and friends get together. Okay, you can fill in, Maria.
It's usually women.
Yeah, you can fill in. Yeto kravati.
Oh, okay, yeah, we go in and we fix the bed. We put
All new
everything
sheets.
New sheets,
New covers.
comforters,
Yeah.
everything. And usually that's the mother-in-law or the mother pays for that stuff, but other people come. While you're doing that, you're singing beautiful wedding songs. Yeah, and it's nice, and you fix it up, and you put nice roses there, and rose petal, and everybody throws money on the bed.
And also we throw a boy, a little
Yes, yes, a boy, so they're first one to be a boy, with a little baby.
whatever babies are.
Yeah, any baby. Just that back then,
Yeah.
they favored the boys. Yes. But let's face it, the girls are going to look after you.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, how many people still here make the wreaths for May Day, for the 1st of May? 'Cause I know in Greece it's very popular that you make the wreaths for the 1st of May.
I do.
But no, yeah.
And I always put the night before the 1st of May, you have to go out and cut anything flower, bloomed, and you decorate the front door of your house
Okay, and why do they do that?
to welcome May and the spring. Yeah, and you hang a wreath on your door with, back home we used to go up in the mountains and pick wild flowers, and it's just like a little picnic and that, and it's amazing, like, those days we didn't have, we didn't have that, so we had to invent. We had to invent things.
Also, the 1st of May, it's like what we have the Labor Day weekend here. That's
Yes.
what they celebrate back home.
Yes.
And most of the time, they even, like, nobody works. It's a holiday that day. And they all go out, and they have like.
It was a big thing for May.
You know,
May,
they have a
1st of
parade.
May is a
They
big
have a
thing.
parade but they decorate the different, with flowers, the floats with flowers. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful holiday.
Io de Spagna. Yes.
You see, that didn't take that long.
Not when you have 6 hands.
For me, I find baklava to be one of the, personally, the easiest desserts to make.
Really?
It's less of a mess, too. For me, personally.
The what did you say, Susan?
I find it easier to make than the other desserts. because I find it less of a
You
mess.
can never go wrong. You don't worry if is it going to rise, is it going to be this, otherwise.
Yes.
Guaranteed success.
Yes, yes.
I was 16. My cousin has her summer thing.
Now these are the last 10. The last 10 pillows that I'm going to do. So this one, for them to be fluffy, you have to put butter or oil in every one of them. Yes.
So Maria, can you tell us some home remedies other than Windex?
Oh, I've done that. I think it's not optional. It's a most because it keeps the top together. Absolutely. It keeps the whole thing together. It's a must. Yeah.
Oh, Maria, can you just show us how to roll it up like a cigar?
That's what I'm going to do now. Preparing now. That's okay. It doesn't matter.
And then,
Okay, who's that down the bottom?
πάμε και να βάλουμε, να έχουμε ετοιμάσει η Μαρία, να βάλουμε τα...
And a quarter.
Θα το κόψει αυτό. Ναι, πρέπει να το κόψει γιατί ξηραίνεται η Μαρία, you have to do this.
Για τη γέννηση και το καταΐφι. Έβαλα 4 cups of walnuts, like that, cinnamon, and cloves. And now we're going to make some, we're going to roll them up. We make it like cigars.
So we're making kataifi now?
Πιο πουρο θα κάνουμε.
Okay, we're going to show you how the kataifi is like the shredded filo. Okay? And we'll also show you how to roll the baklava like into little cigars as well. And I've got 2 variations in the handout that we gave you as well. That's what the box looks like. Okay?
Yeah.
And Maria, were you able to pick this up in Whitby? The kataifi?
You can pick it up in Fresco.
Not the kataifi.
Or to Kataifi. Probably. Zamzam, the Lebanese guys.
At the Persian store?
Yeah, Persian.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Where?
In the store.
On Gerard. Gerard and Dundas, there's a Persian store and you get the kataifi there.
This is what you
Just at the corner, where is the, like you go from this side, you go to Tim Hortons, and that side it's on Gerard. You go at the back on Tim Hortons, on the back road, and then on the other side, right across. There's a Persian store. They
And
have
it's
everything.
actually called
Zamzam layer.
Yeah, that's true. They have filo, they have everything.
Yeah, the filo you can also get from the superstore.
They don't have it at Superstore.
No, I used to get it from there. They stopped?
They have their own brand name. I went and looked all around.
Okay. Yeah, they have a different brand, so it's whatever you prefer. Okay, so what Maria's doing is
I
taking
have 2
strips.
pillows. I separated them, and I put butter on the top, on the bottom. Again, a little bit butter on the top, and I put a little bit of kataifi there. Yeah. And now rolling it up. Yes. You can also do baklava like this without Kataifi.
Yeah, without the kataifi.
Great. Okay. Now, my knife.
So she's slicing, how many slices are you gonna make?
Depends, you cut this as much as you want, as big as you want. Or some people like it bite.
Did you put the filo? How much filo on the bottom?
Of what?
Yeah.
Zio.
Yeah. Okay, so 2. And did you put the filling in there? Did I miss
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where did you put it? Sorry.
Two filos, let's say this
Yeah,
is a
2
filo, I put 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
I put butter
Yeah.
on the first one, I put the top, I put a little bit of butter again,
Yeah.
and I put filling like this.
That.
Took a
Oh,
strip.
I meant
That.
the walnuts.
Yes, I did.
Oh. I
Yeah,
missed
on
that.
top of
You
the
spread
kataifi.
that,
Okay.
and then you put Kataifi,
Okay.
and then I
And then you
spread the
roll it.
walnuts, yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Here they go, here they are.
Cute. So it's all just going to one end of that circle, and then when you roll it upward, that's all you need is the Okay.
It goes to both ends.
And again, you can do this without the kataifi as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can make it like a little baklava.
This is Lisa, she's talked about like learning how to make pastichos, like another suggestion, maybe if we have another cooking class.
Sure.
Pasticho would be a good, a great class.
Yeah, and moussaka as well.
At the same time.
Okay, that's all I'm making for that. I don't have any more filo. We're going to continue with plain Kataifi like this.
I'll bring it around so you can see.
So I can cut, finish cutting this next. I'm going to finish cutting this because it's going to get dry. Το κόβω εγώ να βάλεις εσύ. Δεν γίνεται, λούλα ξεράξει. Και πώς θα το κόβα.
No.
Somebody, can you tell us some other traditions? Or home remedies or superstitions? Like when a baby is born, you can't go visit anyone for 40 days.
That's a religious.
Okay?
It's not, it's a superstitious thing. It's not a religious
No, you can't go
thing.
visit anybody for 40 days.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why is that?
It's just to give
So
the
the
mom
other
a break.
person doesn't get pregnant. That's what it is.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
No, I think it's to give the mothers a break, to just need a break. They don't want visiting.
No,
It was very wise of them for 6 weeks not to let the mother and the baby go out of the house. Because you know, you're tired first of all, and you have to get the routine and everything else. Plus you're staying away from germs and everything.
but a lot of people also, like if you go in before you go and get your blessings from the church, and you go to somebody's young house, she's going to get pregnant. That was a superstition. In ours, it was.
Yeah, when my mother-in-law came to visit me when I had my kids, a long, long time ago, when she was with us, I couldn't go visit anybody, you know. But being third generation, as soon as she left, I did.
Good for you, Susan.
This way. Oh, wait.
No, this way.
Yeah, that way. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, I see.
I put butter on top of it so it doesn't get dry. And because it's all dry already, you don't have to bake this very long.
So one of the greens that the Greeks like to eat, and I'm just going to tell you a little story.
The what, dear?
The greens, okay, which has now become very popular for your health, okay, is dandelions.
Dandelions.
Which you call radikia in Greek, okay? So I'm just going to tell you my story, okay? When I was younger, okay, and I was in grade school and in high school too, my mother used to go to the park because they didn't sell dandelions in the store back then. And I had to go with her to go pick the dandelions. I cannot tell you how embarrassed I was.
Oh, I don't care. I still do.
I was a
do.
high school student. I was afraid one of my friends would come and see me at the park picking dandelions, okay? So
I
was
still do.
But
Not at
now
the
I just go
park,
to
though.
the supermarket.
No, I like to pick the wild. My neighbors, they go, "What are you doing there?"
Those are the good
I said, "I'm
the wild
cleaning."
ones.
Yeah, the wild ones. That's what I like. But I still do. I usually put in my freezer about between 20 to 30 bags every year.
Can I tell you a funny story about dandelions?
Yes.
My husband planted some in our garden, and one day I go there and I see these huge dandelions in the garden. So I grabbed them and I took them all out.
Oh my
I cleaned up the garden, and then that weekend we went with my brother to Ottawa. We were driving along with my sister-in-law on a trip to Ottawa, and we're talking away, and Bill says, "I planted my dandelions and they look so good." Like I can't
Oh
believe
my
it."
God.
I'm going, should I say something now? I'm in the car with my brother. And I said, "Dandelions are in the garbage." He goes, "What?" Oh my gosh.
Quite a catastrophe.
Same with vine leaves, right? The vine leaves that we use.
Oh yeah.
Tomates. So instead of cabbage leaves, we use vine leaves.
Vine leaves.
The
Yes.
grape leaves.
Great.
Right. Eh,
It's my son's favorite meal.
The thing is that you have to pick them all. Dandelions too. I pick them up before the yellow flower comes up. Yeah. And the leaves too, you have to pick them up the right time or else they're not tender.
And they have the stems that get hard.
But Marie, I'm glad you didn't ask me to go with you to pick them.
I always go. Wait now.
It was very traumatic for me, you know, going picking them.
Springtime I will. Where's my, oh, here they are. Springtime, Susan.
Did you guys ever do, if you had like a sore tummy or something,
Oh,
my
gosh.
aunt would put a scarf on her finger and turn on your belly button.
No, I've never had that.
And she would say these words, and I'd ask her, "What are you saying?" She goes, "No, not supposed to know." And she would twist and twist, and all of a sudden I'd feel better. It's just a tradition, something, yeah. So I call my aunt, "I'm not feeling good," and she goes, "Okay, we'll twist your belly button." And
When my first grandson was born, my daughter-in-law, she's Canadian, and she was so nervous. She was so nervous, but very good with the baby and everything. She called one day and she says, "Mom, I can't take it anymore. He's crying constantly. I can't help my baby. What kind of a mother am I?" I said, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." I was there. I went there. My mom gave me an old wool undershirt of my father. And I cut the sleeve. It was so soft. I cut the sleeves off. I made a little piece like that. I took my chamomile, my olive oil, and I went. It's a true story. She believes in it. She keeps it. She asked me to have one for him and one for her daughter, a little piece like that. It works like a charm. So I heated up a little bit of olive oil and I put there my chamomile, and I've got it in my wool cloth, and I lifted up the shirt and I put it in. He slept like
A baby.
that was it. That was it. It worked so beautiful. And it's nothing wrong with things like that. Nothing wrong with things like that. Yeah. Oh, somewhere.
Okay, what else do you have to tell us?
Oh, tell us about the evil eye, how people spit on it, because that's a famous.
The what,
one.
honey?
Evil eye.
Oh, for the evil eye. Oh, yeah. If you see a baby, and it's, oh, I love you, baby, so cute. And everybody spits on them. That is for the evil eye.
Yeah, to avoid the
To
evil eye.
avoid the evil eye. Not really spitting, but you just,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nowadays, everyone bathes
Just,
in Purell.
you know.
It dries so fast, that
So
thing.
Pula, do you have any Cyprian traditions or remedies that you can tell us?
Remedies?
Or traditions like, for the
I
bride?
like for the when we set up the bed for the couple. Usually it happens the Thursday of the week before the wedding. The week of the wedding, people usually get married on Sunday, so they will do the bed on the Thursday. So they will have 4 girls that they were not married, and they will sew the red crosses on the bed. And then they will dance the crevati, the mattress, whatever the couple would sleep on. People will dance like it was a whole ceremony, and people would put money, of course, and also all the linens that the bride had. They had to show it off to the people that
Display.
Yeah.
Put everything. That was your dowry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they will. And there are traditional songs that they will sing for that ceremony.
So I can tell you about
Yes, they do roll the baby. Yeah,
I can tell you about how they do these parties these days, because I went to one in Athens. So maybe it was the Thursday before the wedding, and everybody was invited. So it was a Jack and Jill. So we moved up now, right? They moved up. So it was Jack and Jill. So it was lots of people, I guess, from the wedding there. All I remember is one of the things was the door. As we went into the house of the bride and groom, it was all done in real roses. Like the whole entranceway was done in roses. And they had their bridesmaids and the bridegrooms make the bed, and they would make a game out of it to see who would pull. Like if the guys could pull the sheets off, the guys would pull the sheets off the bed, and the girls would have to remake it. So they kind of played that game, and then it was just a big party. That's all it was. It was wonderful. Lots of dancing and food, and so that's what it's like today.
And I think, talking about that, in some parts of Greece, when they get married, you have a loaf of bread, and the bride and groom.
That's northern Greece.
Yeah, that's in.
Okay, you want to tell us?
Yeah, what
They're from
happens
northern
is,
Greece.
the father-in-law, both the father-in-laws from the bride and the groom, they get together and they get this loaf of bread and they break it, and whoever has the bigger piece, it's gonna be the daughter or the son, head of the household. So that really makes it, stirs the pot when the girl's father gets it, they're really
So
happy.
did you have that for your wedding?
Yeah.
Who got you?
Bill. Bill's dad. And you know what happened at our wedding too? we went to church, and all of a sudden, like the priest is talking, saying all these things, and then all of a sudden, he goes on my foot, the priest. He goes, and I go, whoa! You know, and he says that's to show whoever, he said it in Greek, and I don't understand Greek that well. Whoever steps on whose foot first is going to be the, and no, it wasn't the priest, it was my husband.
Your husband.
My
That's
husband stepped on my foot.
It's at the point where the priest reads the part of that it says that the wife should be obedient to the husband. And you're supposed to step. If the husband steps first, the wife.
Just fun.
Just fun. Yeah.
Okay, now, since they're finishing up, we thought that what we would do, okay, because we're not going to bake this, but we thought we'd come around and sell some raffle tickets, and whoever wins will have 2 drawers. You just take the whole tray home. Okay, so one is a baklava.
We'll tell you how to bake it.
Yeah.
I brought syrup for you guys to put it in. I just want my pen back.
Okay.
No problem. That's all.
Okay, and for the kataifi as well. So Rebecca, if you want to go around, and how much did you say? $2 each, or 3 for $5?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Can you talk about the syrup part now?
Yep. You want to tell us about the siropi? Okay, so Maria, do you want to talk about the syrup?
Syrup goes through always 3 parts of sugar, 1 water. And unless you don't want to boil it forever, this one gets ready a lot faster. And then you put half a lemon, you squeeze half a lemon in there so it doesn't go sugary. And we also put the whole lemon, the
lemon peel.
Yeah, the
whole
lemon
rind,
peel.
yeah.
You put it back in there so it gets that nice flavor. And I also put a little bit of a cinnamon stick in there. You don't need anything else in there because it already has cinnamon and clove and everything. And you boil it. You boil it until it becomes nice and thick, much runnier than honey, but it becomes nice and thick. My mom used to say, she used to put it on the plate and then let it cool, and she says, your spoon should not touch the plate. But anyway, a lot of people try it on their nail. You put 1 drop on your nail, and if it doesn't run, that's another Greek thing. If it doesn't run, then it's done. If it runs,
Okay, now after we finish up the baklava, we're going to see who wants Greek coffee. We're going to show you how to make the Greek coffee. Okay?
if
And
anybody wants Greek coffee,
we'll make it for you.
We have pearls.
Yeah, which is in the back. And we're going to cut up the baklava and the kataifi, and